Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Union Chronicle. Tom Lister, your PEA president. Happy Friday afternoon to you. Ready to give you an update on budget and negotiations. First of all, thank you to everybody that got in on the, or tried to get in on the school board meeting on Tuesday. We did run into some trouble. They were hoping that they had a room that would hold 250 people. It really only held 100. 250 people is still way too low. It's a public meeting. Everybody in Poudre School District should have the opportunity to attend if they wanted to. So I think this next school board meeting, the plan is to broadcast it on YouTube. So that'll be much, much better. It was a critical meeting. Lots of information about how we're going to cope with the current situation. Remember, this was the first school board meeting since we went out on distance learning. The one that was scheduled 2 weeks ago was a 10-minute meeting in the parking lot to pass rules that would allow them to meet by distance. So the link is, I believe it's up on the website. If it is, I'll include it in this email so you can go back and watch it again, because there's lots of good information on that. The information about next year's budget is dark and dire. We are looking probably at a couple, 3 years of economic downturn, which of course affects public school funding. On the other hand, there could be some federal stimulus money that comes in to help things out, but what can you count on from the federal government right now? Hopefully that's the case. So the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but it's always best to be proactive rather than reactive. So Dave Montoya and Brett Parsons, the budget gurus for PSD, spoke yesterday with principals at the principals meetings, and they should be getting with you at your next staff meeting to talk about how they will deal with budget cuts for your building for the next year. So stay tuned for that information. An update on negotiations. PEA did agree to kind of sit tight for a couple of weeks while we got a better assessment of what kind of situation we're in for next year. And we did that. We will be meeting again as a compensation subcommittee next week, and hopefully, finally, pound out a salary schedule for next year. The 4A language says that money has to be used for licensed and classified salaries, and so that's exactly what we're going to be pushing for. So stay tuned for next week's news regarding hopefully wrapping up a salary schedule. Then I'm also including the update yesterday from CEA, from Amy Baca-Ohlert, with the attachments, some good stuff. A couple of handouts from CEA Legal. The first one is about how the impact of the Americans with Disabilities Act on teaching at home and the implications there, and also a very important one for guidelines that districts need to be following in discipline cases against staff members, especially regarding investigations. That's a good one too to read. Also, Amy Baca has put together she calls it the coping calendar, and the April coping calendar is attached. Today's advice is to learn something new or take some time to do something creative. And so, as soon as my contract hours are up, I'm going to go out to the stained glass shop and keep working on a stained glass window that will go down here in the basement when we're all done. And I would encourage you to do the same. Because remember, teaching by distance, yes, of course you need to get done what you need to get done. And you have meetings to attend to, and of course, most importantly, students to attend to. But please, 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 when your contract hours are up, close your computer, stash it someplace, and take that time to be with your family and to be with yourself and work on just coping with the situation that we're going through. I hope you're not going too stir crazy. I think I'm doing okay. But please, please take care of yourselves, and don't let, it's amazing that as a profession, we have taken a disaster and turned it into an entirely new way of delivering public education in a quick turnaround time. You're doing amazing. Pat yourselves on the back for that. Who says public school isn't flexible? So take care, have a really good weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.